So in this video, I want to walk through how to work with a document loader in Langchain, as well as a vector database. And we're going to be using embedding models, and it's just going to be a nice mixture of what we've learned thus far. And so in order to work with the vector store or the vector database that we're going to be working with, and also to work with the document loader, these two packages need to be loaded in or installed. I've already installed them, and make sure to install Langchain as well. And so we're going to load in our model. This is we have our data in a CSV. We're going to load this from vector stores, and then also this from indexes. And so I have a CSV. It's called articles.csv, and it's literally a list of articles. It has their titles, a topic, and then a summary of the article. And they were all generated. None of them are real. They were generated by GPT. And so what we're going to do is a very quick example on how we can actually load these articles in that are in CSV format, and then be able to store them in a vector store and then query them. You can do this right here. So we're going to use the vector store index creator. We're going to set the vector store class to be doc array in memory search. And then we're going to create this index from this CSV loader, which is how we loaded in this file. And so this is how you create an index. It may take a second to load it in. And now I'm going to query it, and I'm going to say, do you have any articles on AI? And there are several articles in this database. If you're going to be provided the CSV, you can look at it yourself. I'll say, do you have any articles on AI? The LLM is going to search through the database and say, yes, I have several articles on AI. The titles are The Rise of AI Ethics, Robots in the Kitchen, The Influence of AI on Modern Healthcare, etc. And so that's what we got back. So we were able to query the database, and the LLM responded in a natural language fashion. That's pretty cool. And so another query I said, okay, list all the articles you have on AI. Make sure to return them as a numbered list with the title and summary. And there's actually more articles in this on AI, but nonetheless, it did respond, and it did give us some articles on AI. And so again, it may take a second to query the database. And so it responded, and it gave me a numbered list. It said The Rise of AI Ethics, and then the summary. The rise and then artificial intelligence, the influence of AI on modern healthcare, and then the summary. And so we just queried the database in different ways, and we actually were able to format our output. And that's very interesting. For the longest time, you queried databases by writing structured language like SQL or something like that. Now you can write natural language and query a database. It's quite amazing. And so now we're going to build a really simple recommender system using similarity search. And so I'm going to load in our embedding model as beforehand. And then what I'm going to do is that loader that I created up here with the CSV, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to load it one more time. And then so now we can see what this does is it takes every single article we had, and it turns it into a document object. And this is the first article. And so now you can actually print these articles out and view them. And so what I'm going to do is now we're going to be working with a vector DB, and it's a little bit different. It's going to first take in your query, right? So I'm going to embed this query right here, and it's going to create an embedding out of your query. It's going to create an embedding out of every single data point in the vector database, and it's going to find those data points that are most similar to your query using a similarity search. Beforehand, we were writing this by hand. We don't have to do that anymore. We create this vector DB using our loaded articles right here, and then we use our embeddings, right, which is our model. We pass in our embedding model and all of our articles, and then it's able to create this vector DB by embedding every single article. And so what we do is I'm going to say, okay, what I want to find is I want to find the most similar articles to this title, The Rise of AI Ethics. And what it's going to do, I'm going to set K equal to 6. So I'm saying, give me the 6 most similar articles to this. And I do like that. And it gives me all the articles. We have the title, The Rise of AI Ethics, Artificial Intelligence, The Influence of AI, The Future of AI. And we were able to tell it how many we want back. And so it literally did, what it did was it created an embedding out of this query, and then it searched in the database for all the documents that we have that are most similar to it. And so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to print them out nicely so that you can see it. And these are all the articles that are most similar to my query.